Hi, I'm Meg Callahan with Infectious Disease Special Edition, and I'm here with Eric Meissner, who is the presenting author on the ARTISTRY-2 data of bictegravir-lenacapavir investigational drug. Really promising results being presented here at CROI 2026. So maybe do you want to start off with like a really high overlook of what you're presenting?
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to be with you here today. And so, I'll be presenting about the ARTISTRY-2 trial. This was a trial that compared the investigational BIC-LEN regimen against bictegravir in an active randomized trial.
Can you talk a little bit about how BIC-LEN is different than bictegravir?
Yeah, absolutely. So BIC-LEN contains bictegravir and lenacapavir. Bictegravir is a global guideline recommended integrase inhibitor that has a high barrier to resistance. And in this study, they've combined that with lenacapavir, which is a first-in-class capsid inhibitor that has a different mechanism of action from the other approved HIV medications. And so, this trial compared the investigational combination of BIC-LEN against the bictegravir regimen.
And what's the administration of BIC-LEN?
Yeah, so for both of those, they're taken once daily as an oral medication, as a single tablet regimen.
What possible benefits would someone get from taking BIC-LEN over bictegravir, not maybe outside of the study a little bit, and what patient populations do you think would be they would benefit more from BIC-LEN?
Yeah, it's a fantastic question. Thank you for asking that. I think first and foremost, the population that may benefit the most if BIC-LEN is approved is persons who are currently taking multiple HIV medications to manage their infection. You may have viral resistance. That was the study population that was studied in the companion ARTISTRY-1 study. In addition to that, I think as HIV drug development progresses, it's important to continue to develop new medications, new tools to treat HIV infection. And so, when providers and patients are deciding on which regimen may be best for someone based on their comorbidities or possible side effects, it'll be important to have a new treatment option if BIC-LEN does receive approval.
So within the new data that you're presenting, did anything surprise you? Were you pleased with what you found?
Yeah, so I think, the most important part about the ARTISTRY-2 study, one of the most important parts is that it was the first trial that compared BIC-LEN in a randomized fashion. And so individuals on this trial received BIC-LEN with the matching placebo or bictegravir with a matching placebo. And so it's encouraging that BIC-LEN was performed comparably to bictegravir with respect to efficacy and safety.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about adverse events?
Yeah, in general, both medications were well tolerated. The rate of adverse events was similar between the two regimens. There were no serious drug-related adverse events that led to study discontinuation. And so in general, the side effect profile and adverse event profile of BIC-LEN was comparable to that of bictegravir. I'll also highlight, also encouraging was that CD4 counts were unchanged between the two regimens over the course of the study. Furthermore, they kept track of BMI and body weight and found no significant differences between the two study arms over the course of the study.
Okay, so less weight gain with BIC-LEN?
Yes, so there was actually no significant change in weight or BMI in the cohort that stayed on bictegravir or in the cohort that switched over to BIC-LEN over the course of the study. In terms of next steps, the ARTISTRY-1 and ARTISTRY-2 results are being presented at this trial, and I believe the sponsor has plans to eventually seek regulatory approval for the regimen.
Very nice. Well, Dr. Meissner, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can catch everything from Infectious Disease Special Edition.